used to take myself out on dates. Open my own damn doors, pay for everything on my plate. Sometimes I'd even get the steak, cause I gotta like that, always have my own bag, never.
Hey guys, it's Katrin here again and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for stopping by. I am a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. I create videos around hair, lifestyle, vlogs, and like my life generally, living in Lagos, Nigeria. In today's video, I'm going to be doing this beautiful look over here, and I'm also going to be telling you guys a story of something that happened to me when I was way younger. My uncle's wife had asked me to leave the house because she said I was sleeping with my uncle. If you're interested in that story time, then definitely keep on watching. So guys, for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics palette, 26 color palette. This is the palette I'm going to be using, and I don't know, just something very light. So I might just go in with the brown shade, which is this one. So I'm going to go in with this color over here. So I'm going to be using that same color over here. Okay, you guys have forgotten that I said I'm doing a story time. Okay, so guys, the story I want to talk about is something that happened when I was in junior secondary school. So there was this day I went to school and came back home from school and saw that our house was flooded. Yes guys, our house was flooded. So by the time I got back, like everything, my clothes, my dad's documents, our stove, because as at then we used stove in my house, we didn't have gas, so we're using stove. So our stove was upside down, like the entire sitting room was flooded. The water in our sitting room got to my knee. I was in GSS 2 or GSS 3 at the time when this thing happened. I think I was in GSS 2 when it happened, you know. So yeah, our house was flooded. So my brother and I came back from school, met our house like that. I think we found a way of getting through to my dad to let him know what had happened. So when my dad came back from work that day, he was sad because a lot of his documents got destroyed as a result of that flood. You guys, people are suffering because that period we suffered. I don't even want to sugarcoat anything. We suffered. So we had to go live with my dad's cousin. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to name that my dad's cousin Uncle T. So we went to stay with Uncle T. We took some of our things and went to live with Uncle T that period. He was really nice to us. He was sweet. So while we're living with him, there was a lady he was dating at the time. So the lady came around and she was in the house, like she moved in with him, so she was in the house with him at that time. So we're all in the house together, and we've been living that way. It's a combination of face me, I face you. Like the compound is big, so there was like a 1-bedroom apartment, there was 2-bedroom apartments, there were like different kinds of apartments in the compound. But my uncle T's apartment was like a 2-bedroom flat. So we're living there with him that period this flood happened. So while we're there on this fateful day, I went to school, came back from school. I was in junior secondary school at the time. So I went to school I came back from school that day. I was at home with my uncle when so I was at home with my uncle. Like, I used to be very close to my uncle, although now we are not that close anymore. But at the time, at the time this whole thing happened, I used to be so close to my said uncle, to Uncle T. Then this woman in his life, his girlfriend at the time that they were cohabiting, came in and was getting angry and screaming and shouting. I was so clueless. I did not know what was going on. My uncle too was trying to understand the situation. My dad wasn't around. He had gone to work when this whole thing happened. Like, she just barged into the room and just started shouting and screaming that I have to leave the house and all of that. I mean, I was so confused. Like, what did I do? Why do I have to leave? What did I do, to make her so upset? So guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply my Younger Beauty liner. So she came in, she was so upset, you guys, like, so upset. She was just shouting that I have to leave her house. I cannot be dragging her husband. Mind you, at the time this thing happened, my uncle had not even married her. So they were just dating, but yeah, they were living together, like they were cohabiting, So yeah, so that's what happened, guys. She came in and she was screaming. She was screaming that I should leave her house and all of that. So my uncle was like, okay, she should calm down. She was like, no, that she's not going to be calm. I should leave her house this minute and all of that. So my dad got back. My uncle was like, okay, well, yeah, wait for Charles to come back, because my dad's name was Charles. So my uncle was like, okay, wait for Charles to come back. At least go send him pikin out of his house when they're around, out of the house rather, not in house, because that wasn't my father's house. Yeah, they waited for my daddy to come back, and my daddy came back and she was just boiling that she no longer wants me in her house. That day, you guys, I cried so much, because I really liked the lady. Like, growing up, I just used to like people that did not like me. I don't even know. I really liked the lady, so I was so sad that she had a problem with me. And cry. My dad just told me to, leave for a second. So like, I left the house and they were discussing. So later on that day, my daddy told me that the reason for the whole issue, like reason why she was getting angry and all of that, her friends in the compound told her that she passed by my uncle's window, like the window to my uncle's room, and she saw my uncle having sex with me. Yes, guys, you heard it. You heard right. Either she leaves or I leave. So at that point in time, my dad did not want to put my uncle in an awkward situation. So he told me that on Sunday after church, because at that time we had just started going to this new church with my dad's elder brother, where my dad's elder brother's friend was the pastor of the church. So I had to still stay in that house till Sunday. I think that day was a weekday, but I cannot remember what day exactly, but it was a weekday. So guys, that's how I had to wait in that house with the lady that did not like me, or that thought I wanted to take away her husband from her. So I had to stay in that house till on Sunday. That day was during the week. I can't remember what day exactly it was. So I was in the house, and my dad was explaining to me what the lady had said and how she wasn't comfortable with me staying in the house and everything. You guys, I was so sad. I cried. Like, I cried. I cried. Like, when I was younger, I used to like to be around like women. I just like to be around women and all of that. So I really liked that lady, and to think that she did not like me and she wanted me to leave my uncle's house, knowing fully well that at the time my daddy didn't have like we didn't have a home at that time, and she wanted me to leave. So guys, on Sunday finally came. We went to church, and my dad just asked me to carry a few of my clothes. So we went to church, and by the time we got to church, my daddy explained to the pastor everything that had happened. The pastor agreed to me coming to stay in their house, because at that time my daddy was actually building his own house, but the building had not, like, he had not completed the building. That's why even when we had this flood situation and we stayed at his cousin's place for a few weeks, ordinarily some people would have even gone ahead to look for a place and rent a place, but my daddy was like, okay, it would, that money that he would use to go and get another apartment, it would be better if we just stayed at that is cousin's house, at Uncle T's house, till he's able to complete his house. Do you understand? Before this situation with his well, should I call her wife? Okay, with his girlfriend that they were cohabiting before the situation happened. So that was my daddy's plan, to move out of the house to his own house. He just didn't want to rent another place. At the time it made a lot of sense. Even up until now it makes a lot of sense to me. So that's what my dad decided to do. So I had to stay with that pastor. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, then I'll come back. Okay, so guys, I've done my highlights, I've done my contour, my cream contour, I've applied my setting powder, and now I'm just going to go ahead to apply my face powder all over my face. And today I'm using my Early Girl powder in the shade Warm as my all over face powder. So I'm going to apply it all over my face. I'm going to apply it all over my face like so. So guys, like I was saying with my story, so after that whole situation, and my dad spoke to the pastor about me, so they decided that I come live with them. Mind you, this pastor is not even my dad's friend. He was a friend to my dad's elder brother. So allowed me live with them, and it was a really sad experience because I used to be a crybaby. Like, I'm still a crybaby, but it was a lot more back then. So the whole thing really messed with me. I know that I didn't do anything with my uncle, but the fact that I was accused, and the woman that accused me, it was just really sad. It was just really sad experience. Let me finish up this makeup. I'm just going to go ahead and do like powder contour, just a bit of powder contour. So I'm going to do a bit of the powder contour on my nose as well, just a bit. I'm going to use that same brush I used for my cream contour for this process. Okay, so I'm going to blend with my beauty sponge. so I don't have like hash lines. So guys, back to my story. So the pastor and the wife agreed to me living with them, and I lived with them for 10 years of my life, and that experience was an amazing experience, because like these people weren't related to me in any way. I'm going to set my face with my Zaron setting spray. Okay, I feel like I just had my bath. Okay, so while we wait for that to dry, I'm just going to continue my story. So I lived with them for 10 years of my life, and it was an amazing experience. Like, those people were God sent to me. They were amazing. Like, a lot of people didn't even know that they were related to me. Do you understand? And God just turned it around for my favor. I'm going to tell you guys in maybe another story time why I said that. Why I said God turned it around for my favor, because this whole thing was orchestrated by God. I realized later I might not have liked how it happened, but God had a plan, and I don't know. This was not how I planned for the story time to go, but yeah, God had a plan, and my life, my story, my life has always been about God's plan for my life. In fact, as I was shooting this video, if you noticed, at some point there was like a change in the lighting. As I was shooting this video, the power was really high and different things got burnt. This holder, whatever, what I'm using to hold my phone, like I usually plug it, there's a tiny light attached to it. I usually plug it to my charger just got burnt. Like, the current was so high, charger got burnt, a couple of things in the house got burnt. So I was telling, but I'm like, we move. So for blush, I'm also going to be using the BH Cosmetics palettes I used the other time. They have like blush down here, so I'm going to use this color over here as my blush. So I'm just going to apply it here like so. Here, I didn't used to be a blush girl, but these days I've been using a lot of blush. I've been loving it. So I'm gonna apply my blush like so. So go ahead and apply my highlighter. You guys know my favorite highlighter at the moment, which is the Alice Claire Glow palette. So I'm going to use the shade Moonlight. I'm going to use the shade Moonlight. So guys, I always like to, am I the only one? After applying my highlights, I always like to blend it in to my blush with my beauty sponge. So that like so it looks seamless. So that's what I'm doing. So it like so. If I'm gonna blend that in so that it just sits right into my skin. Also, I'm going to apply highlights on my forehead. We got a glow, you guys. We got a glow. So guys, like I was saying, so they let me in and I lived with them for 10 years of my life, and that was an amazing experience. I learned a lot of things from living with those people which I do not take for granted. Like, those people are my family. They are my family. They were amazing to me. Like, they took care of me. People did not know. A lot of people didn't even know that I wasn't related to them. That was how nice they were to me, you know. And I don't even want to say it's because they were like pastors. I don't think that's what it is. I think they were just amazing. They were amazing. They were God sent to me. So guys, at this moment I'm going to style my hair. My God, I've been tying this scarf for such a long time. So guys, I'm going to be using this hair from All Things Natural Hair on Instagram. That's me. That's my business page. So I made this hair, this ponytail wig. I'm going to apply my favorite lip pencil. You guys know by now. In Cappuccino from Zaron. Zaron lip pencil in Cappuccino. And my lips like so. So like this on my lips. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my gloss. Okay, so after applying my gloss, I didn't really do a lot of mascara. I like to apply a lot of mascara, which I didn't do. So I'm going to apply my mascara once more. If not for them, I wouldn't have been the woman that I am today. Like, they were so instrumental to whatever it is that I am now. They were amazing. And you know, the fact that they were pastors, they really, like, you know, guided me in the way of God. We used to have morning devotion, Bible study, and all of that. Our house was in church premises. So guys, back then I was in the choir and all of that. Life was really amazing living with them. Yeah. And if not for what my Uncle T's girlfriend had done at that time, maybe I wouldn't have gotten to live with these amazing people. So at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, and that's what I've taken out from the whole thing. Everything happens for a reason. If not for what she did, maybe I wouldn't have met these amazing people that I met, being my guardian and the wife. If not for what she did, I doubt I would have even met them. I doubt I would have had to, you know, my dad would have thought of me going to live with them. I'm just trying to apply my illuminator from Ellis Clear Cosmetics on my body. So that's what I'm doing. Girls gotta glow. So I'm going to apply my setting spray once more so that everything sets into my skin. I've not ruined my makeup. Yes, I'm trying to fix the part of my face that I ruined by applying the setting spray on my mascara. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. Guys, do you love my look? I love it. I'm looking like I have $1,000,000 in my account. I look so nice, you guys, if I do say so myself. If you think that I look nice, let me know in the comment section, and please don't forget to like, comment, like tell me your own experiences, if you've had like a similar experience with mine. If you've not, if you generally just like me to story times, let me know in the comment section, and I'll be sure to come up with different story times of things that happened while I was growing up. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Do not forget to subscribe, support your girl, okay? And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I used to take myself out on dates, open my own damn doors, pay for everything on my plate. Sometimes I'd even get the steak, cause I got it like that. Always had my own bag, never needed no man to rely on. Got 2 good shoulders to cry on. I was alright on my own till I fell, but it wasn't fake. And I couldn't tell at the time, but I was my own soulmate. It's like I forgot I was fine.